Hello, welcome back. Now, last time we have made operation of supplier services. We have make supplier services operation and perform crude application in supplier table. But today, as we need to add the paid, we need to increase the stock table. So we need to maintain stock repository to talk to the stock table. So let's make as like in supply repository, we'll make I stock repository. Alright, I stock repository. It will gonna implement as like in supplier repository, it will gonna implement our stock repository. Alright, same implement I repository. This is the generic repository we all know. Alright, so here is the stock. We will send the stock model to this repository. Alright, so implement this, import this. Now what need to do, so I think you iStock repository. Well, it's not a class actually. We need to make it the interface. Alright. Now we will be implementing generic repository, right? Interface of the generic repository. Alright. We will be doing same thing with our repository. We will add a new class stocks repository. Yes. Alright, iStocks repository. Let's rename it iStock repository, and rename it to stocks repository. As now let's make this one stock repository. Now let's do implement the same thing in stocks repository. Alright, the constructor will be the same in stock repository. So let's pass stocks as the model. So I stocks repository. Alright, so I am passing the context to the base. Alright, now we have maintained the stocks repository, so we need to register the stock repository, right? So we go to the service extension method, right? So go there. Let's add here the stocks repository and stocks. What's stock repository? What this is saying is, if I ask object of this iStock repository, it will give me object of stock repository, right? So in our pets repository, not a pets, in our pet service, we have so we need to, I also need to add this repository in the unit of work, right? So we are only using the same function, so to get all this repository, right? We are not injecting all the repository in directly to the services, right? So let's collect the stocks repository in unit of work. So let's go to the interface. I will do the same thing, public, okay, stock repository, and let's go to the unit of work and type in here public, I think, I stock repository, stock repo, and do the same thing here, public. Alright, stock repository. So Now my stock repository is bundle in unit of work, right? So my stock repository is bundle inside the unit of work. So in pet service, actually I can get my repository here. Okay, after inserting the pets, alright, and I can now update the stock, right? So let's first find the stock. Let's find the stock by id, by pets id, right? Find the unit of work dot stock repository dot get by id, not a get by id, dot select where x such that x dot pets id equals to uh, pets id equals to okay, let's get here. Pets id equals pets dot id, I think, right? Pets dot id. If you find the id, right, let's check. If you find the result, you need to increase the stock, right? Otherwise you need to insert into the stock table. All right, so let's tap this one. What is this one is saying? Now if result is not equals to null, I need to do some operation, else I need to do some operation, right? If result is not equals to null, I need to increase the result dot quantity. I don't think the stock table have the quantity. Let's see the model stock dot quantity in stock, right? So in my pet service I need to increase the quantity. Okay, dot quantity in stock equals to, if result is not equals to null, plus equals pets dot quantity. I think this is fine. Result, okay. Alright, and now I think it will get the enumerable list of the id that is found. So we assume to take the first one, right, from the list and increase the quantity, right? Increase the quantity in stock with the pets quantity, right? Plus equals pets quantity, and update the result at first, right? Alright, else if we do not find anything in the result, we need to insert the stock, right? We need to insert the stock. Alright, let's say we will make one stock view model. Okay, let's implement the stock view model. I think the stocks view model. Okay, alright, we haven't made the stock view model yet, so let's make the stock view model. Add new class stock view model. Stock view model. Let's see, yes. Same like a stock, we will get all the attribute here in our stock view model, right? Now let's make the mapper function for the stock P model, right? Okay, let's make the mapper. I will copy the same suppliers. All right, let's bring here down and just make it stock stocks, right? So stocks everything, stocks BM. Okay, copy stock BM, right? Stocks for this one. Let's make a stock B model here. Stock for this one. Stock here. Alright. Stocks B model. Stock here. So stocks B model. Stocks B model list of. So rename all the supplier. So come supplier with the stocks, right? Rename all the supplier with stocks. Let's make it stocks here. Stocks. I don't think I will need this one. Stocks, and I think the pets ID. Stocks. Stocks the pets ID and quantity in stock, I think. Okay, we are good to go here. Let's do this one for here also. Let's do this one for here also. All right, now let's rename it as a stock. Okay, the same thing for here. Stocks everywhere. Stocks okay. Now we have prepared the mapper for our stocks. Now let's go to the pets repository, not the pet repository, actually pet service. So here we can make mapper, right? Pets quantity in stocks equals to a pets dot quantity, like directly, and created date. Created date, there is not a created date. Actually I need default. I think there is the for stocks. Let's get here. Okay, only the quantity and the pets ID, I think. Okay, alright, I'm good to go. Let's go to the pet service again. Okay, we are fine, and I am adding this stock to insert mapper function here. Dot convert. We have already made the mapper dot convert, and we are passing this stock, right? Now I will get the stock model and insert into the database, right? Okay, now we are ready to go. Let's check our system. If we add the stock, it will insert in our database or not. All right, let's uh, let's let's run our project. If we add the pairs, we need to populate the stock table as well. All right, let's get all the pairs for first time. We will get nothing, right? So we will so let's check the stock table first. So we don't have any stock right now. So let's create one pets, right? So we don't need an ID. So breed, so it's a dog, right? A color I will leave like this. I deleted, I say false. A price I think 120. Supplier ID I think 1, let's say 1, and quantity I think let's say 124. Now just hit create, right? Alright, sequence contain no element. Let's try to debug actually what happened while creating the pets. Okay, let's add the debugger here. Alright, now you will learn how to use the debugger in our project. Okay, let's hit the function again. Alright, now we are in the debugger, right? We get the pets model, right? Let's see, we get the ID 0 and all other the data right there. Okay, let's hit the F10 and let's go here if we get the result or not. Obviously we don't find any result. Now okay, so we are getting count 0, right? So it is going inside the function and try to update the stackability, right? So which will causing the error because there it doesn't find any things to update. So we find our error. Let's fix this one. Alright, let's continue this and stop this one. Let's go there. If instead of checking the null, we can check if result.count is greater than 0. Result.count is greater than 0, then we need to update our function, right? So let's run it again and now let's try to create the pets, right? Okay, let's create it like a dog breed. Everything fine. Quantity 123. Supplier ID be like 1. Price be like 123. And just hit the execute button. Again we got into the debugger. This time it will go to the else block and try to insert the stock table. Now look, our dog with breed has been created. Now let's check the stock table if my pet is added or not. Alright, my pet ID is 3 has been added in my stock table and the quantity also been updated. As like here my pets has been created and the quantity has been also passed to my stock table. Alright, now we need to do work with the transaction scope, right? Before I have teach you the transactional scope, right? Look, a begin transaction, commit transaction and roll back the transaction. Here the case and scenario appear, right? So if let's imagine if you are failed to update the pets, right? Okay, if you are failed to update like a stock table and the pets is already created, right? So you need to roll back all these transactions, right? So let's try the transactional scope in our try block, right? We'll hold the thing here in our try block. try block, and in our catch block let catch the exception, right? If here in our try block you can just unit of work, okay, just begin the transaction, right? Here the transaction unit of work dot begin transaction async. All right, just here you start your transaction, right? From here the transaction begin. All right, after completing all the action the transaction will be committed, right? Because it will commit, because everything works fine. Commit transaction async. All right, otherwise if any error happen between this scope begin and commit, all right, after if anything happen between this scope you can roll back the transaction. All right, if you go to the catch block we can roll back the transaction. All right, so before returning we are committing our transaction. All right, now we can return the data. All right, now if we catch something we are returning null. All right, now you know the use case of transaction, right? So if anything happen, if we cannot update the stock table we also need to roll back our pets table, right? What is inserted inside this pets table we need to roll back all this data. So we are performing the transactional concept, transitional scope here, which help us to roll back our transaction. So thank you for now.